forgot I have to manually switch that. I was like waiting on it to automatically happen, and it did not.
What is happening?
It,
Why
in
is
fact,
it not working?
Did not. What's going on, everybody? This is Leave It at the Table. It is a Wednesday night here. The final, is it the final? No, the second to last Wednesday of the beautiful month of April. And we have no plans for the show tonight.
Yeah.
Which I think sometimes ends up producing our best shows. So I'm going to kick my feet up here on this couch and ask you, Drew, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Is that disgusting?
Hey, I've been on the casting couch before.
When it's just me and Drew, he's going to be on the casting couch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets a better angle on the comments.
I hang out here. Oh, I can read from here. It's crazy. From that seat to here, eyesight's totally better.
Huge difference.
It's weird.
The only thing I don't like sometimes is that you get a nasty glare off of I like when I sat there and did my video the other day, I noticed that you kind of get a nasty glare off these helmets. But maybe that's just me because I'm a little bit higher up than you are.
Yeah, I'm not wearing pants again.
No, I mean, Drew's.
If it's just the both of us, why wear pants?
Back to naked Drew. We did just watch a cooking video that.
Well, you know the difference in naked and naked, right?
Naked and naked?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
If you're naked, you don't have any clothes on.
Okay.
But if you're naked, you ain't got no clothes on and you up to something.
Okay. All right.
That's the difference between naked and naked.
Which one are we?
We'll find out later.
We only have two beers. Good morning. The hell's going on there, Brian Graham? You in Afghanistan?
What?
Good evening to you, Brian.
Good
what up,
morning.
Chef Ross? Shout out to Shelby coming in. Shout out to Tyler Spalding saying you're on the casting couch. And Danielle with the second no pants comment for Drew Gorman tonight.
Echo.
I think we know what sells on this show.
Me with no pants.
Maybe we get a new shirt idea where we just clip out you not wearing anything on the bottom. We just take a screenshot and sell it, and we just call it like Pantsless Drew or something. I don't know.
When I bought these pants for work, I had no thought that this was what was gonna come of them.
Well, because the especially on the old show where it was just
not even here.
Yeah,
it was
right.
More here.
Just like more, yeah, like more
shoulders up.
Maybe your chest every now and again, and then now we have to like I gotta
manicure the sides.
Like I have to like look presentable on this show. Like I used to. You remember I would be gym shorts and then a nice shirt, and now I'm wearing nice shorts. I'm not wearing shoes tonight, which is like a first. But.
Not gonna lie, so last week I was a little short on doing my laundry for work and stuff, and obviously I have to wear a uniform, and I can't just go pick up another, like on the way there I can't go pick up another shirt.
Right, yeah, that's not how it works.
So I showed up and I was like, hey, do you mind if I grab a shirt off the rack, off the back? And he goes, yeah, no worries. Get as many as you need. Well, yeah. All he had were larges. And normally I wear larges, but I've gotten used to, these are like 100% cotton. So
yeah. When you sweat, dude.
When I'm sweating,
you want to go a size up.
Exactly. Yeah. So these are most of my shirts, all of them except for one is an extra large. Well, this morning I'm going and I pull a shirt off a hanger and I put it on and I was like, oh, this must be the large. Okay. All right. Well, and so I walk into the bathroom to go put on deodorant and I was like, wait, today's Wednesday. I don't want to be like this on the show.
belly hanging.
Yeah. It fits me. It's just a little tighter than the extra large. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that tonight.
Chef Frost does have a point there. No free ads, but la 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 la. Breathe happy. Mm-hmm. La 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 la.
Yeah.
They are pretty good.
Yeah, and this morning I had a, as you guys can probably imagine why we're starting at 7:30. I had a one job where I had 59 shades to do today, and I can smell Kyle's feet from here.
Oh, they're pretty. I mean, I showered last week.
Yeah, you got your one shower, but
haven't showered since Saturday. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes.
had had one job with 59 shades and didn't even get all of them put in. But boss man said we're going back tomorrow, so I can go ahead and handle a good bit of them tomorrow, and then I've got to figure out how to do what I'm supposed to do tomorrow as well in that small amount of time frame. But it'll be fine. That's a future Drew problem. But I don't remember where I was going with that story.
I don't know what to do with my hand. There you
that's
go.
me. I start
when
stories.
you kill. We're at the 12-minute mark, and I feel like this is the first story that's been told. 5 minutes of that is wait time, so you got 7 minutes.
Drew's a shade. Whoa.
Drew's a shady MFer? Whoa, holy
What did I do?
All right, shout out Josh Tucker coming into the comments. We love you. I love you. Jake McGowan throwing up the ones to the sky.
What did I do? Adam?
Kind of a bad weekend to be a Roman fan, but it was
Did he lose?
He did not. He took the pin on Saturday night.
Ooh.
And then got his ass beat on Monday night.
Oh, you hang shades.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought I was dead. I was like, wait, what did I do?
Boy,
I'm about to get outed on my own show.
You got AG throwing the right hook. That's never good.
From downtown.
Had an opportunity to play in a golf scramble, Mosley football charity scramble with AG, Adam Goff. Got to play with David Hayes and, of course, my brother-in-law, David Ham. And funny story for you on that, because I'm not very good at the game of golf. However, I can run into a really good shot every now and again. So we go to the first.
You give yourself a little credit. You're pretty good. You have your rounds where you self-destruct, but for the most part, it's an enjoyable round.
I can get on to putt for par or bogey on most holes, which is not great golf, but it's enjoyable. Like the game is enjoyable. So we get up to the first hole, and we started on hole 7. If you never played in like a real scramble, everybody starts on a different hole. It's a shotgun start. So we started on the 7th hole, which is about 140-yard par 3 over the water.
What a way to start.
And I'm like, my anxiety's going crazy all the way up to this hole. And we get there, and Frank Wright, shout out to him. Just in case he's watching, I know he watches sometimes, but shout out to Frank Wright. He was watching. He's up there. He's like, hey, $100, and you could just put a 1 on your scorecard and move on. If you give us $10 or $20, if you get it within 10 feet, you can call it a hole in one. If you give us $10, 20 feet, whatever, something like that. And so we were like, just in case there's a lot more of these today, we're not going to spend the money on the first hole. So Dave comes up, David Hayes, and puts one in the water, which I just knew I was gonna do too. Dude, I got up. I don't remember if AG went before me or if I went right after Dave. But I put one 7 feet from the hole.
Oh,
dude, it was magical. And I thought, like, when we rode by about an hour later, because it was also closest to the pinhole, I still had it. We rode by about an hour later. Somebody ended up taking it from me. But man, oh man. It was probably one of the best shots of my life. And if I would have had a little bit more backspin on that ball, if it had hit and rolled back towards us, it was money. But that's like one of the only like 3 good shots I hit the whole day. So there you go. It was an eventful day, man. We had a lot of fun. Shout out to the Mosley Touchdown Club. Leanne Fleming, of course. Shout out to AG, Dave, and David for being out there having fun. We just had a great time, man. It was awesome.
I played in a golf scramble one time, and about midway through, we go in to go get a little snack, and looking, I'm asking my dad. He was part of the people running the tournament, and I was asking him. I was like, "Hey, what are people's scores looking like?" And he was like, "Oh, well, this team's got this," and it was way ahead of what we had, way ahead. And I went back and all my guys, because we thought we were doing good, and like everybody that my dad had said, they were like way ahead of us. So we were like, all right, well, I think all of us walked in, bought like a 6-pack each, and we were like, well, if we're not gonna win, let's just have fun.
Yeah, that's
by the end of it. By the end of it, we were Happy Gilmoreing every swing. not every swing, but I was Happy Gilmoreing every tee shot. Like, it was just, I was out there just having fun at that point because I was like, there's no shot at winning this. We had one guy that was our quote unquote ringer, but other than that, it was 3 guys who can play.
Yeah.
And it was 2 guys who can play and me.
We basically had like the Big Brother tournament, essentially. Like me and Dave were the special needs kids, and then Dave and AG were carried us the whole day. Really, Dave did drop a couple beautiful putts. I will give David Hayes is a great putter. He's really good up on the green. I had the chipper locked in, by the way.
Heck yeah!
I know real golfers don't like the chipper, but I had the chipper locked in.
I found out a couple weeks ago actually that one of my softball buddies used to coach girls golf
really?
in like college, and
Like around here?
No, it was back in Oklahoma.
I mean, does he live around here?
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
Nate John Jahhan.
Don't know him.
But yeah, he's apparently like really good at golf, and he's good people too. But he was telling me about, like, we were talking about golf. We rode out together out to Bainbridge this past Saturday, and he goes, he was talking about how frustrating his last round of golf was, and how he had shot like an 89, and I'm sitting there going, whoa, what? You shot an 89 and you're frustrated? I'd be giving up golf if I shot an 89.
Somebody look up while we have somebody in the comments here. Somebody look up Three Sons Brewing Company. It's one of the smoothest beers I think I've ever had.
3 Sons.
It sounds familiar.
Oh, that's because you're thinking of 3 Sons Barbecue down on the other side of 30A.
This is Three Sons Brewing Company.
Huh.
Does not say anywhere on the can where that's at. You would think that would be
no free ads, J-Tuck. No free ads.
Yeah, no free ads, JT. But I will say I got this beer over there at the old Trader Joe's in the armpit of Florida, Gainesville.
Old TG's, he said not falling for it. Hey, every now and then you'll have a nice ad.
You got to get a good ad in every now and again. You got to give some shout outs, especially when you find something that's this damn good. I forgot that was name omitted.
Name omitted.
Oh my goodness. Tyler Spalding. What a guy.
Hey.
He went and did a little storm chasing last week. I don't know if you were following him on Facebook. Not only storm chasing, he went nader chasing.
And he met some guy along the way and it took a picture with him, and he was all excited for it, and I was like, good for you, Tyler. I don't know who the hell that guy is, but good for you.
No, I mean, hey, dude, when you meet, I've met so many people like that. I'm like, hey, look, dude, I just met Kenny Omega, and everyone's like, who the fuck is Kenny Omega?
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's a really good wrestler, essentially. And I know it didn't mean anything to anybody except for me, but you're gonna see those pictures. Jay Tuck says I'm really good at golf on Xbox. I've got the old like Road to the Masters game. It was on Game Pass, and I'm locked in, buddy. I am absolutely locked in on that game.
Speaking of golf, we've got we talked about it briefly, but I don't know if we're ready to throw it to the public.
He's got to get it up, and I'm going to buy those mics probably next week, I think.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
I'm talking about a video I sent you.
Oh, yeah. No, that would be fun.
Because they do have it.
I absolutely love that idea.
And it's just the logistics. I'll stop beating around the bush.
Yeah, you might as well just say it.
I saw a video during the Masters. This fraternity, college fraternity, put on a Wii Sports golf Masters tournament where they played the Masters in Wii Golf. And so I said, hey, I think my in-laws still have their old Wii. I wonder if we could hook it up. And he was like, I'm in. So
without a doubt,
I texted my mother-in-law and I said, hey, do you still have the Wii? She said, yeah. I said, okay, can we borrow it? She goes, yeah, you can use it. Now we just got to figure out the logistics of getting it to the TV. And obviously we can screencast.
We could screencast, or we could just do it as like a hosting an event. Like we don't even really need to go live. We could just have. We'll figure it out.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Dude, I would love to host like even if it's just like a 2-day thing or 1-day thing, even. Excuse me. We could do a Saturday into a Sunday, and we just do like 3 rounds. You play 2 rounds on Saturday. You wake up and play a round on Sunday. It's just week off. Let's do it.
I'm in.
We'll plan it. So I see Matthew Lawley. Shout out to you. Had I'm gonna call it carpal tunnel surgery last week. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what he had surgery for, but I know he put absolutely too much torque on his wrist doing certain things. But my man,
I can't tell if that's a joke or if that's real.
He really did have to get wrist surgery last week.
No. What you were saying, I couldn't tell if that was a joke or for real because you weren't laughing when I started laughing. And normally when I start laughing, that is you saying, "Hey, it's a joke." But you just had a straight face.
I don't know what happened to him. I know he's a vet, and I know he's tall, and he's actually in shape. So there's a good chance he has to put torque on that thing, huh? Is it shout out
on that thing?
And Cubital tunnel? What is Cubital tunnel? Cubital tunnel, probably not Cubital. Cubital
tunnel. That sounds painful.
Thanks for nothing, by the way, everybody, for looking up Three Sons Brewing Company. It's in Dania Beach, Florida, by the way.
You found it?
Yeah, I just looked it up myself a second ago. So thanks for absolutely nothing. It's actually right here in gold writing on in the red.
English are hard.
English are hard. That's true. Oh shit! You had a elbow surgery too. Little Tommy John.
Hey. You're welcome. Thanks, Shelbs.
Did Shelby? You didn't look nothing up for me. You did nothing for me.
We stand on business over here. No free ads.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Jay Tuck.
That's fair. That's fair. I love that. All due respect to that. Golly.
No business.
Golly. Yay.
Oh, yeet. I'll give you on that one. Oh, man, that's great.
What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want us to talk about? We could plug a little bit about what's going on next week because I'm really glad we pushed it back. I have a wedding this weekend to go to, and I feel like I'm going to feel pretty funky for at least a day after what we're doing next Wednesday.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
Good Lord, what is happening to you tonight?
It's been English are hard.
English are. Why waste time say lot word when few word do trick?
See.
Oh man. So next week we're doing the smoothie challenge. If you don't know what that is, we're gonna go buy a bunch of stuff from I don't know what. I honestly don't know. I think what we did was we tasked each other with doing what? 3 good, like
three good and 3 bad.
Yeah, so like 3 really good things, 3 really bad things. Yeah, Drew is
I need to hit a reset.
My man's buffering over here.
I don't know if the beer's helping or hurting.
I'd say this beer is delicious from Name Redacted Company.
Mine is a more bigger Name Redacted.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be full of those this weekend. Like 70%.
Who's getting married?
My cousin Monica, Liam's sister.
Oh, sweet.
She's getting married out at Monet, I think is how you say it, out on 30A.
I've seen that.
So me, Shelby, Dave, and Rachel have an Airbnb over in the Sandestin area this weekend. We're gonna check in on Friday. I think we're gonna go to the old Irish place in Destin on Friday night.
You, Shelby, Dave, and who?
Rochelle. My wife.
I was hoping you were gonna say your wife. Who's got the little ones?
Pam and Ted this weekend.
Oh,
because Tony and Frankie, my mom and my stepdad are they're going to the wedding Saturday. They're coming over to the Airbnb early as hell Saturday morning, and me, Tony, and Dave have a tea time at Windswept. So,
well, if you get breakfast time in Sandestin, there's a Ruby Slipper.
Is there really?
I will give a free ad for those.
Yeah, absolutely. Ruby Slipper, dude. The what was it? The bread pudding pancake.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
White chocolate.
Yeah,
bread pudding
Shelby and
pancake.
Dave, look up the Ruby Slipper. We're gonna go there for breakfast on Sunday morning.
It's in Baytown Wharf.
Holy hell!
There's one there, and then there's one a little bit further down
Like
into
Destin.
Destin. Yeah, but there's one in Sandestin. It is amazing. So, little backstory: Kyle and I went to New Orleans for the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl a couple
Shout out
years
Enrique
back.
Davis.
Shout out Enrique Davis. Shout out ESPN for
Austin
allowing
Reed.
us to
Yeah.
allowing us to go. Austin Reed. Shout out shout out Dave Hayes for giving us the opportunity to represent the brand of ESPN Northwest Florida. So
Which I thought we did a great job of doing.
yeah, we did. I feel like we did. Feel like we did well.
We need to go back. We need to go back.
I would love to.
It's been a really inconvenient dates the last couple of years.
Yeah. But
we'll make it work.
we were able to go, and while we were down there, we were looking for some breakfast brunch food, and Kyle said, he looks at me. We wake up and he rolls over and goes, "I don't care what we get for breakfast, but I want you to take me somewhere that has breakfast food and Creole, like Cajun food. I want shrimp with my breakfast." And I was like, "What?" He said, "I want shrimp with my breakfast." And I said, "Okay, let me see what I can do." So I'm starting to look around, and I'm looking on Google Maps trying to figure out where I'm going. Well, then I'm like, why the heck don't I just call my mom? My mom knows everywhere down here. So I called her. She told me about Ruby Slipper. Boy,
Yeah.
was that the move.
You got the bread pudding pancakes, which were
Well, so we sit down at this table, and they're known for their. We sit down at the table, and we're looking at the menu, and everything looks great.
Yep.
Granted, we're both two well-fed humans that are hungry.
Well fed is that's a good word.
We're two well-fed humans,
Too well.
two well-fed men, and we're hungry. We've been standing. It had an hour wait, and we're standing outside waiting. So by the time we get in, we are looking at the menu and everything looks good. So the waitress comes over, we're talking to her, and she's like, "Well, we're known for our Benedicts, for our egg Benedicts." So we ended up, they have what's called the Peacemaker, where you can split up two of the Benedicts that they had.
Boy,
Then you call them,
there's got to be like
Oh,
a piece
but
of that comment
can't call-
missing.
you call them late for anything, but not late for dinner. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Big facts.
Go ahead.
Turn the fan on.
Yeah.
So, and while we're while we're ordering our Benedicts, she looks over and she goes, "If you guys like sweet stuff, you should try these white chocolate bread pudding pancakes." And I was like, I've already got my heart set on these Benedicts, on one of these Benedicts, and she goes, "Well, just get it on the side." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that was an option."
Yeah,
Okay. Why not?
Yeah.
So we got one pancake for the two of us, just on the side,
God.
just because we were like, okay, yeah, two Benedicts each. Like we're gonna be full by the time we ordered another pancake, just because it was that good. And every time I've gone back, I've ordered one with. I eat 2 meals because I found. So I took Michaela there and ordered it. I ordered my Peacemaker with the 2 Benedicts and the white chocolate bread pudding pancake. Michaela takes a bite of the pancake. I forced her to take a bite. She was like, "No, I don't want to take it." I'm like, "No, you have to take a bite of this. Try this." She took a bite. She ate half of it.
Oh.
Ever since then, oh yeah, you going to Ruby.
Yeah, no, like I'm getting zipper burn just thinking about this.
Ever since then, I've started to order 2, but one time I went, I asked the waiter, I was like, "Hey, I want to order 2 pancakes," and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna just ring it up as a kid's meal. That way, it saves you a couple bucks and you get a slice of bacon." I was like, "Sign me up,
Daddy."
I was like, "Yeah."
Spit in my mouth.
Ever
What do you
since-
mean?
Ever since then, ever since then, I'm like, hey, can I get the kids' meal and this peacemaker? And I want my bacon soft. Let's go.
Oh my God.
And I eat all of it.
Holy cow. Yeah, we're going to. Shelby's already made up her mind. Her and the baby, which, by the way, we should. She's thinking. I saw her commented up there at the top. She's thinking we might know the gender on Friday. So hopefully we'll have some great news to celebrate.
And for anyone who wants an alcohol for an adult beverage, sorry, Shelby, they make a mean lavender Paloma.
Shelby's allergic to lavender too.
Oh.
Double whammy.
But it is smooth. If you've never had a Paloma, a lavender Paloma at that, it is so smooth. Like you don't taste the alcohol. It's wonderful. Especially on a hot day. It's chilled over ice. Like it is. Mwah. I might. No, they close at 3. I was like, I might drive over there tonight. Sheesh.
Yeah, the Bloody Mary was good.
Yeah,
I remember that, and also like I think it was a crawfish etouffee Benedict that I had.
Yeah,
it's like a
is the Gulf. I can't.
I was gonna say I've only been there that one time. So.
I've been there multiple.
I bet that was your first time with me.
Yeah, that was my first time.
Now
with
you've
you.
been multiple times.
Yeah. Like Michaela and I will get up on a Saturday, and when I'm not playing softball, we'll get up on a Saturday and look over and go, Ruby Slipper? what do we got going on? What do we got on tap for today? Ruby Slipper it is. All right, sounds good.
Dude, just absolutely fantastic food. And I'm gonna get the bread pudding pancake. I forgot all about that. But Shelby, you'll have to help me remember that's where we're going. We can go Sunday morning after we check out of the Airbnb. We can go do that. Or we can wake up early as hell on Saturday and go. But I'm gonna.
You can go to their website and you can join their wait list and see how long like the wait is and stuff like that. Because we'll leave our house and look up the wait list and whatever it is, because they automatically put you in line. You just have to go up and tell them, "Hi, I'm here."
Okay.
And go from there. But it is, if you're ever in the Sandestin area or the Destin area, there's one in Mobile, there's one in Pensacola. I've been to those as well.
Free ad.
There's 3 in New Orleans. Like if you're ever in those areas and it's before 3:00 in the afternoon and you're looking for a breakfast, brunch, go. It is amazing.
Can confirm. Absolutely. And I'll be in need of a nice thick breakfast that morning because they have open bar at this wedding Saturday night. So I'm going to be absolutely shredded. Shout out Rick and Lucinda Ty. Got to see Miss Lucinda on Sunday. I've been to Rock Solid Church the last 2 weeks. Of course, had to go for Easter Sunday, and then we went the week before that. They were doing an Easter egg hunt after the service for the kiddos, and I think we may have found our church home. We obviously will not be able to go this week, but I think we're going to start trying to go like much more often. I just I like the vibe at that church.
Yeah.
Some of this is really wrong, man, but like number one, service doesn't start till 11, which is great because you don't have to get up at the crack. You can, it's only 25 minutes for us. So get there like 10:45, get the kids checked in. Take Ezra back to the nursery. You saw it. Carson starts the service so you don't have to worry about that. They've got snacks and everything. Get a cup of coffee, and then it's one of my favorite things about it. And I know this is terrible. This is probably a really bad thing, but the pastor doesn't drag.
Yeah.
When the sermon's over,
the conclusion. Whenever he says, "In conclusion," it's not 2 more hours.
Right. And I've
shout out my father-in-law.
And I have been to some churches that are like. Would you please stand to your feet? And then you're like, okay. Basically, you could place an over/under bet on like how long we got left. But I wish we could come this Sunday. We're gonna be out in Destin for a wedding. We'll be there. We'll check out Sunday morning. Probably get some breakfast and come home. I work Sunday night too, so it'll be quite a bit of movement.
Yeah, you'll be full by that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But
if you're not, you do work at a restaurant.
We'll be back on May the 4th, on Sunday, May 4th, which is mine and Rachel's anniversary. So We'll be back.
And you work?
What? No. I'm talking this Sunday. I work.
Gotcha,
Next Sunday,
gotcha.
I know. I'll probably
wait. This Sunday's not May 4th.
no.
What
This
am I
Sunday will be
thinking?
the 27th.
Yeah.
I more than likely will not be working next Sunday, May 4th. Rachel and I'll spend the day together. Man, it's been an exhausting week. Tired. How
I
you
hear
doing?
there.
What you got going on over there?
A guy posted, an LSU guy posted on Twitter about something.
Is it Kyron Lacey?
No.
I thought maybe that would hit. She says, "My heart is so thrilled, I'm about to cry." Oh, don't do that. We love you guys. Of course, Mr. Rick hasn't been there the last couple of weeks, but I won't hold a grudge.
You won't hold a grudge.
I know Jesus is watching, Mr. Ty. I know Jesus is watching. No, I miss him. It's been a bummer not to see him, but I was really happy to see Miss Lucinda because she got there late the week before, and I didn't even know she was there. I was looking for her, and she wasn't there. She'll be Carson's teacher on 5/4. That's our anniversary, Miss Lucinda, so we'll be there.
Maybe he'll listen.
Maybe, yeah. You make him listen. You have my permission to paddle him. Danielle said, coming in with the RIP Lacey. Tyler Spalding says that's a crazy comment. He did it, not me. I mean, whatever.
That whole situation's.
I felt absolutely terrible for him until I read the report and I was like,
Rick's coming at you.
I was working. He
In all
yelled.
caps.
First of all, sir, don't yell at me. Don't
And the exclamation point.
yell at me in front of all my friends. My goodness. And at the end of the church segment. Crazy work.
You were the one going at him saying the Lord was watching.
That's fair. That's fair.
So he's well within his right.
That's fair.
Get him, Rick.
I attacked you first. My apologies.
Oh man.
I do miss him, man. So we didn't get to see Lucinda last week. We got to see her this past week, which was great. And it's a cool place, man. You ought to come back on a Sunday sometime. I know it's quite a bit more of a drive for you, but
Yeah. The last time, whenever I went a couple months ago, it was like you said started at 11, which was a plus, and it is a plus. But for me, I'm still waking up and leaving by 10 to make sure I'm there on enough time. So it's still waking up, not early,
no.
but
Well, one of the only negative caveats of it is that there's not really anywhere to eat on 2301 or in that area.
yeah.
And the only place is I think that Quorum's right there at the top of 2301 and 231. So it's it does make like the after church lunch thing a little bit more difficult.
There's that Hungry Howie's down there by Star.
That's true, but that
that sucker's packed at all times.
all the time, and I'm not going to tell you like how I actually feel about that, just in case somebody in here is like a Hungry Howie's investor or something. But I'm telling you that it's not my favorite Hungry Howie's in the world.
It was November.
It was no damn darn. That was a long time ago. I can't cuss in the church segment,
But you bring up like Kyron Lacey.
well,
I
didn't do it. He did it.
good Lord, that's it.
What a terrible situation.
Yeah, to start with, a terrible situation, and to end with, I mean, it's just sad all around.
It's horrible. But I mean, you read the police report and all of your sympathy for him goes away. And it's just sad.
And
Terrible.
as a fan of the team that he played for, he never went to trial. He was supposed to go to trial like 2 days later.
Yeah, that was like the cause of the whole thing, essentially. It's nasty. Just nasty, nasty.
His lawyer said the police report wasn't correct. Now we're getting into a lot of he said, she said.
Well, I mean,
And
You can come to my house, Kyle Aaron, right? I'm a pretty good cook. Oh, yeet. I'm in.
Anytime we're talking about cooking.
Yeah, I'm in.
We're in.
I'm absolutely in. I love a good. What we used to have every Sunday after church was we would go get a rotisserie. My mom would make rice and gravy and corn. And for some reason now that is like in my head, like that's what I want after every church service. Rice, chicken gravy, corn, and a rotisserie chicken. So I guess you really don't have to cook any of that.
Your dad would be so excited to know what I grew up on.
Oh, yeah?
Because my dad's parents, they were the epitome of the like 40s and 50s America. Never drank, never did drugs. My grandmother never worked a day in her life. I put the air quotes because she obviously worked.
Yeah, right.
She was a housekeeper, like took care of the house, took care of the kids when they weren't in school, stuff like that. Like, and that house was always spotless. Well, Sunday lunch was the only meal that was eaten out. That my grandmother didn't cook. Well, across the street, daydream as you should be.
Yeah, you should. I'm telling you, look up a picture of the bread pudding pancake and come back to me.
Across the street, there was a Popeyes.
Oh.
And every Sunday, we'd close up church, go across the street, pick up Popeyes, drive back out to my grandparents' house, and have Sunday lunch.
Bo said they used to hit old Po Folks after church.
Have yet to try Po Folks.
Po Folks it's either really good or really bad every time. They don't serve alcohol, which is good. And then Shelby said, I didn't look up your beer, but I looked up Ruby Slipper right away.
Words.
That's fair. That's fair. You have an entire human growing in your body. Lucinda says, I have fresh eggs. She makes oven fried chicken. Not any of my babies. Oh, no. I get what she's saying. And she said, my son loves it better than fried. Yeah, well.
Huh.
All right. Fair enough. I mean, fresh eggs over fried chicken. I'm good. I'm good. There goes my dog.
Bark, bark.
Shelby says Po Folks has gone way downhill. That's I haven't been in a long time, but I know that the fried green tomatoes at Po Folks are like, they're the ones.
I love a good fried green tomato, and Ruby Slipper has a fried green tomato on one of their.
that was that's on the etouffee one. Yeah. Golly, I can't wait. Golly.
As we're over here free plugging.
Big back mania is running wild.
We need to invest in a Ruby Slipper and get one in like the Panama City area.
Absolutely. Put that thing in Pier Park and watch my
even better.
Watch my bank account go
I was gonna
down.
I was gonna say in Panama City, so it'd be more centrally located for us. But Pier Park, heck yeah, bring it right next to my house.
You don't want it in Panama City. Everything in Panama City sucks. It's got to be on the beach somewhere. Not everything in Panama City sucks, but you get it.
I just ate. I'm not hungry. Shelby.
Speaking of everything in Panama City not sucking, shout out to Alan Branch, good friend of mine. Yeah. I'm trying to get him in here on the show pretty soon. Obviously, he's going to be a little bit more busy now. He offered to come on during his campaign, and couldn't make the schedule kind of match up because, if we can't do it on a Wednesday night at 7, then
yeah,
it's tough to make happen. But great guy. I hope to at least, even if I can just get a one-on-one for a Zoom or something, I would love to do that. Panama City's in good hands. Very controversial thing though. They did pass the Beach Drive project, so that's going to be a very hot topic in Bay County for a little while. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, but
who's in purple?
Super Bus Red. Hey, shout out Short Bus, Kevin Birdhouse down there. Says, hell yeah, all about the Ruby Slipper. I do miss Po Folks, though. He spent some time living in Louisiana. I think he's down in the Orlando area now, if I'm not mistaken. Are you still living down there, buddy?
Non-binding referendum.
Great guy, by the way. Chris Purser coming in with a thumbs down.
What are we thumbs down?
What is a non-binding referendum? Let's remember I'm a podcaster, mostly sports. So as far as
English
legalities go, I'm not 100% sure.
We don't speak legalese.
Yeah, I don't politics aren't my thing usually. I just know that Trump bad, Trump good.
And Purser, are you thumbs downing Beach Drive?
He's either thumbs downing Beach Drive or he's thumbs downing Alan Branch, but
he's definitely not thumbs downing Ruby Slipper because I brought them. We had a break in we had a break at a tournament in Pensacola, and I ended up. It was one of the options, and I said, "Shut down all the other options. We're going to Ruby Slipper." We sat down, and I was telling everybody how good it was. And Purser took like 3 bites of his meal, looked up at me, and he goes, "Drew, you know that like sometimes you get a meal and it's like billed to be so great and it's gonna be amazing, and then it just does nothing but let you down." I said, "Yeah." And my heart sunk when he said it. And he goes, "Well, this isn't the place because this is great." I was like, "Whew, thank God."
Fuck you for that, by the way, over on yeah, okay. So he says if you're not looking at the YouTube comments, which most of you guys are not, he says, "Still in Orlando. Let me know when you're back down here losing jerseys and I'll take you to some great places to eat." Austin Regula and I went we got media passes to March Madness a couple years ago.
Sweet.
2023, I think. The World Baseball Classic was going on as well. So we went to
this was the one when I was at the wedding, and
I'll try to get you to go. Yeah.
And you went and watched Tennessee and Duke.
Yeah, Duke and Tennessee. And we got there right after the Furman beating Virginia buzzer beater. We got there literally about 30 minutes after it happened. Because we hit some bad traffic on I-75s. Because we basically went straight down and straight in. So we go to City Walk that night. And we went down to hold on. All right, we'll read that in a second. So we went down to City Walk, and Austin and I went to Bubba Gump Shrimp, and we just got absolutely wow. I had a custom Cincinnati Reds jersey.
Had a few name redacted.
Yeah, no, there was no name redacted. They were mojitos. There's no free. I had like super strong mojitos and margaritas all night long, and Austin was paying for everything. He's like, go ahead. And I'm like, why?
And if you're drinking with Austin, that man,
yeah, he don't play.
No.
And you got to keep up, especially when he's paying for it.
Yeah,
what the hell are you supposed to do? So we're throwing him down, man. And I got this beautiful the All-Star jerseys from a few years ago where they had the gold letters. Austin had bought me a custom one that had my last name on it and everything.
Oh man.
And so when we started to eat our crab legs and shrimp, I took it off because it was white, and I left it on the damn bar stool there because we left drunk, and so I had hung it over the bar stool, and when we got back all the way back to Panama City before I realized it wasn't in my bag, and then it clicked on what happened, and I could never get a hold of the lost and found at City Walk, and now it's been damn near 2 years, so it's not there.
Yeah,
and it's just. It sucks.
Heck, who's a 2X?
What you mean?
Who else is a 2X? That's a right.
Oh, I told Rachel, I said, you let me walk around Orlando one day and see somebody wearing that fucking jersey. Because I know, like, oh, really? You're number 7 as well with the gold? Okay. All right, buddy. You're a Reds fan?
Do you have a picture with the jersey on?
I do have a picture with the jersey on.
Hello, sir. This is mine.
That's mine, buddy. It's probably still got the drool on it from finding out I'm going to get Bubba Gump for free. My God. All right. Got a little bit of a clarification from the masses here on the Beach Drive
Christopher,
situation.
that's why he had his thumbs down. He says Branch is a stud.
I was hoping so because I think most people with common sense are on the Alan Branch train. Tyler Spalding came in and said basically it was on the ballot and people wanted it, but the city commission can still say no, or the county commission rather. Then Purser said, ultimately, they want to develop the main strip of Beach Drive. It's still clean and untouched, natural waterfront. Leave it alone. Yeah, I think they want to make it 4 lanes, if I'm not mistaken.
I've always thought I never. The only time I ever go down Beach Drive is going like meeting Purser to go on his boat. That's literally the only time I ever drive Beach Drive.
You don't take Beach Drive coming here?
No,
You just take 98 all the way?
98. Just
Okay.
according to GPS, it's the fastest.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends. It just that stretch where you go through like Jenks, Harrison, and Martin Luther King it's a nightmare sometimes. But if you can get through that easily, then
yeah, and it's more muscle memory at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where it's just go. But I've always thought it was odd that it wasn't built up there. Because, I mean, that's prime real estate for it to be built up.
Well,
I always thought it was weird, but I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, there's little accesses and whatnot. And I thought it was nice that it wasn't. But I guess someone with enough money said, here, I'm going to build here.
Yeah, it's we'll see if it gets passed. We'll see if it happens. Obviously, a majority of people in Panama City want it to happen, which is crazy because it's one of those vocal minority situations. Like people have been screaming that it shouldn't happen for a long time, and obviously the people that own property along that road don't want it to happen. But
yeah,
we'll see.
They've got a great view.
We'll see what happens.
By the way, go Braves.
Bravo's
I don't know if we want to talk about the Braves.
Bravo's off to a little bit of a rough start. They are getting a little bit back on track. They did beat the shitbirds today, the St. Louis Cardinals, so good for them.
And I saw it up there a little bit ago from my man Tyler Spalding. I do want to say you're welcome. I told you the Padres were going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
I told you. Yeah. I tried to tell everybody, and he even picked them to finish second in their division or third in their division or something like that. And I'm like,
third in that division is going to be like first in any other division.
Third in that division, still 100-win team.
Yeah, you better be 100 wins if you want to finish third. My goodness.
But at this rate, hey, I was the only person to pick the fathers in the NL West. So you're welcome.
Reds are heading up to Denver to take on the 4-18 Colorado Rockies this weekend in a 3-game set. So basically, if you're a Rockies fan, don't worry, you're about to get back on track.
unless the Reds are playing the Orioles, I think they're about playing down to competition.
Man, that's funny. 24 runs on the Orioles, and you drop 2 or 3 to the Marlins. That's Reds baseball. If anybody ever wants me to explain Reds baseball to them, I'll say they hung 14 on the Texas Rangers, and then the next 3 games became only the 3rd team in Major League Baseball history to lose 1-0 3 games in a row. And then they scored 24 runs against the Orioles, and then lost 2 out of 3 to the Marlins.
I feel like the Reds are the epitome of the phrase playing to your competition.
A little bit of such.
Because it's like every time they play a good team, all of a sudden they're great.
Smoking D's?
I have every time they play a good team, all of a sudden they're really good. Then whenever they play a bad team and you're thinking, okay, cool, let's keep this ball rolling. What the heck? Why did we drop 2 of 3? Why did we lose all 3? Well, why are we only scoring 1 run a game? So I feel like the Reds, and I don't even know if you could attribute that to being young or unproven, or I don't even know. They've
got a few guys in that lineup on every given day that have no business being in a Major League Baseball lineup. The Jeimer Candelarios, the Spencer Steer right now. I mean, even Noelvi Marte. Noelvi Marte has been playing good, regardless of how much I have disdain for that kid. He's playing relatively well right now, but Matt McClain's playing like shit. He's batting like interstate numbers, I-85. Well, he's terrible.
That man Ellie's doing it all.
Ellie is on an 8-game hitting streak and only batting .245.
Doing it all.
Took the lead for stolen bases in baseball today again, by the way, with his 10th. he's not even playing well and he's playing great. You know what I mean? Like that dude's he's gonna look good in Dodger blue one day. That's all I'm saying.
Is this a case of him being the best player on a bad team, or
Oh,
is
of course.
he or is he actually this good?
I think if he wasn't on a bad team, he would be way better because there will be some protection in the lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was somewhere where they didn't where they had to pitch to him because there were threats around him, or at least a threat around him, which Austin Hayes has been incredible since he's been back for the Reds. He's batting over 400. And Ellie's been heating up since he's been here. So we'll see if that means anything, but you got to have protection in the lineup for a guy like that. I know a lot of people don't think that exists or that that's a real thing in baseball, but I do. I mean, if you've got somebody terrible in your lineup and then the next guy is really good, or if you got somebody up that's really good and the guy on deck is trash.
Martin Maldonado.
Yeah. Or, in our case, Spencer Steer batting a buck 20.
Yeah.
Or Jeimer Candelario, who leads the league in strikeouts. Like, when you got those guys, you just pitch around them. What do we got? Ross Robinson said batting average doesn't matter anymore in baseball. No, I think the league average for batting average is like 230.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's
horrible.
And I've seen a couple videos here recently, and it was like going back and talking about like very good lineups over the past from like 10, 15 years ago. And I saw it'd be like 10, 15 years ago, and it was like the and it just showed like they're walking up, and how like they get the little box that shows their stats from for like the season when they're in the batter's box and everything.
Kenny Johnson coming in. Gotta give him a shout out. Love you, Kenny.
But it was talking about like how this team was stacked or whatever. And I think like everyone that I've seen, like the top 6 hitters were all batting over like 290. The top 6 batters in the lineup. And it's just like, what? That is unheard of right now.
Yeah.
You get maybe 2 guys in your lineup batting over 290, maybe 1.
It's insane, man. I think if you ran down the Reds lineup, it's like TJ Friedel, I think, I don't know what today did to it, but he started the day over 300. He's batting like 300. And then Matt McClain was batting 180, Elliott like 240. Gavin Lux is over 300. He's been a fucking godsend for the Reds. I know that everybody watching's like really interested in hearing about Cincinnati Reds baseball, but that's just a fact of the matter. Shout out Rick Ty. Shout out Lucinda Ty. We love you guys so much. I'm just trying to read through some comments. Kenny Johnson. Hey, Kenny, if you're still here, Brian Graham, you too. We were coming back from Gainesville, and we stopped at the Busy Bee right there in Live Oak, exit 283, if you know where I'm talking about. And I freaking ran into Christopher Hubbard. It was so good to see that guy. He comes out of the bathroom, and I'm like, holy hell. He's like, dude, I thought that was you. And we talked for a few minutes about what he's doing. He's working out in Blanding now. Good for him. But I thought it was crazy that I literally just ran into him at the freaking Busy Bee in Live Oak, Florida. It was pretty cool. He was always so good to us, man. He's such a good guy, and it was good to see him. So, what are you noodling around over there?
Just looking at Isaac Paredes.
Isaac Paredes, the return for Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, I'm trying to see because obviously Tucker's killing it.
Yeah, no, he's on fire
in Chicago. I mean,
that's 1 year of Kyle Tucker.
You already knew what you were getting. As of right now, 1 year, they're gonna see this and probably mid-season go, whatever we got to do, give him a check.
I think he'd be smart to wait. Obviously, there's a little bit of like, I hope that doesn't happen, being a divisional opponent.
Yeah.
But like, he'd be smart to wait. He'd be smart to have like a crazy season and see what the numbers look like.
And I didn't realize that I have that many Cubs fans in my. I didn't know I had that many Cubs fans in my on my Facebook friends list.
Brian
And-
Graham's a Chicago Cubs fan.
And just seeing them post about Kyle Tucker, it makes me happy seeing him go somewhere and produce. Because if he would have gone somewhere and crap the bed, like, what does that look? How does that look, especially going back to 2017? If he goes somewhere and craps the bed and can't hit outside of Houston. So, like, I really, and I've always loved Kyle Tucker. Like, I've loved him as a prospect, loved him as a player. I wish he was still with us, but I get it. Baseball's a business, and if you knew we were losing Bregman, go get a third baseman. Why not?
Yeah.
And I showed you the video. Paredes' swing is built for Minute Maid Park or Dakin Park.
Minute Maid.
Yeah.
Golly. Just like it's still Miller, what is it? Miller Stadium or Miller Park
Miller
where you're
Park.
on. Not American Family Field or whatever. Yeah. That's coming up for you, right? July?
July, the 4th of July weekend.
Looking forward to it,
Cannot
man.
wait because
I bet that's going to be great.
I will be that. Everyone at my job has taken vacations. All of my coworkers have taken at least 2 vacations. To one girl got married, and then she took like 2 weeks in like Italy.
Oh, God. Poor girl.
Can't hide money.
Yeah.
My bosses, they just took half of the week before and last week off because their daughter had her first. She's in the fashion program at Bama,
Okay.
and she had her first fashion show last Tuesday. So they stayed up, and then it was Easter, so they just stayed up there the whole week. One of the other girls, her daughter got married, so she took a couple days off. One of the other girls, she went on a vacation. So it's just like I'm the constant wheel that's just sitting there, and I'm just waiting, buying my time, because I've got a couple vacations coming up, but they're all like stacked to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Boy, when that time comes and I don't have to, I get up on a flight and walk down that aisle, and I don't have to worry about being a shady mup,
Yeah.
shady MFer. Like, I am so in. Bring me July.
We have nothing planned this year.
July.
We're in what we're calling Rachel and I have dubbed this a recovery year, essentially. 'Cause obviously, the end of last year just kind of gave us a kick to the jaw. Rick Ty says, guess who retires in 65 days?
I'm gonna guess Joe Biden.
Probably Matt Olson, because he sucks.
Austin Riley.
Ooh, also sucks.
Ozuna from the Braves.
I mean, he might be in jail.
I still never get over the video of the kid yelling at him while he's in mid game. He's yelling at him from I think it's down in Florida, down in the Marlins Park. He's yelling at him, going, hit the ball like you do your wife. And all of a sudden he turns and hits a home run. He goes, he did it.
We went up when after all that happened. I think it was 2022. Yeah, because I was working out at Crazy Fish. Me, Seth, and Robert. We drove up when the Braves. It was Braves versus Mets on like the last game of the year. The winner wins the division, and Ozuna hit a 2-run double in the game, and I yelled, "Somebody buy that man a beer!" And the whole section went crazy. I was in, of course, I was rooting for the Braves that night because they weren't playing Cincinnati Reds. So, but hey, it is 8:30, which usually marks the end of our journey here on Leave It at the Table. So, one more time. Next week, should we put out a casting call for someone to join us?
I think Danielle's already voluntold herself for it because she had a great idea.
For the smoothie?
She had a great idea for that she texted you about the day after. So I think she voluntold because she said we should. So I'm gonna assume that's her saying, hey, next time you do one, invite me. but I may be wrong.
I like that. Well, we'll have to find out.
I'm over here talking like Donnie Trump with my hands. Old President Donnie Trump. Wrong.
Stupid. Well,
Okay, we need to close up before I get myself in trouble.
guys, we're gonna have a great night. We're gonna get out of here, or we had a great night. Obviously, we're both absolutely fried. We're tired, but we had a great time.
Is it Monday?
Feels like it, doesn't it? It's just freaking dragging on.
It's the Mondayest Wednesday of all time.
Also, Carson was sick Monday and Tuesday this week, so it's been a long week for us. So
Get me out of this house.
yeet.
This is the only safe space because no one ever comes in here except for Wednesdays.
No.
Or well, you on Know It All podcast.
I come in for the Know It All nights, and then I came in yesterday.
For a half a second, I blanked on Know It All. I was like, what is this team? Oh, no.
Hey, we had over 20 viewers, like almost the whole show last week.
And we've had 12 to 15 to this week.
Yeah, we're doing good tonight.
I'm enjoying it.
We're doing good.
And as we know, that is wrong. Normally, it's more than that. So
yeah, I don't know what I have no idea what to base these numbers on at the top. I basically I wish I could just hide that. I wonder. Wait, there's a little eyeball next to it. That's probably just. That's what I want to do. Now from now on, when we have guests,
they won't be able to see it.
Yeah. I don't want people looking up there and being like, "Oh, only 7 viewers."
I'm here. Yeah, you're probably the reason why we only have 7 because you didn't spam share it.
You suck.
Talk into the mic.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We love you guys so much. Next week, if you like to watch us vomit, you're gonna have a good week.
Yeah, we do it for you guys.
Better be. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.